Hey guys, and welcome to Biscuits Total War. This is Biscuits giving you a 3 versus 3 online commentary 31k rules game. Now I played this game earlier on this week and it was an absolute pleasure to play. It doesn't matter if we had actually lost or won this game, it was just a great game to play. It's rare that we actually get one of those games these days. And today I'm going to be playing alongside Beast and SR, and we're going to be up against the Murphy brothers, or aka the ING or TNG clan. So we've got ODIN, and we have got THOR, and we have got INDI. Now you may or may not know this, but these three players here, they're actually three brothers, I believe, and they're all from Dublin, and they're all big fans of Rome Total War. And I remember when they started playing 31k, it was probably, I don't know, maybe a year and a bit ago. And since then, you know, every month, every so often, they get better and better and better. And when we played them the other week, it was an awesome game, really was. It could have gone either way. We played well, they played well, we played badly, they made a couple of mistakes. You know, it was a real tight game. So that's the reason why I bought this game today and put it on the channel, so hopefully you guys can check it out and actually see how everything went. I'll quickly just introduce the builds, what people have brought. We've got SR, or aka JuiceMan, that he's called himself on this one. To be honest, I didn't actually know it was SR that was playing until he actually brought his build, and then it kind of made sense that it was SR, because SR tends to use the Seleucids, and he always likes to go for really strong cataphracts and 3 or 4 archers. So SR has got 6 cataphracts, 3 archers, and I'm guessing these archers are probably going to be absolutely maxed out, and then the rest 11 silver shield pikemen. We have a quick look at my build. I've gone for 14 Spartans, various upgrades, some are gold, some are gold attack, and then 6 Cretan archers. And then if we have a quick look at Beast, he's gone for a standard 6 Praetorian Cav, 14 Urbans with his general with 2 experienced chevrons. So that's our team. Let's have a little glance at the opposition. So ODIN, although you can't see it, he's gone for 6 Praetorian Cav and 6 Praetorian Cav, 13 Urbans and 1 Legionary First Cohort to help boost the morale. So a really good build there. And then if we have a look at THOR, THOR has gone for loads and loads of infantry. Now when I was playing this battle, I just felt like the Brutii had so much infantry. No matter how many infantry units I killed, there seems to be more and more left over. And it makes sense now, because if we have a look at THOR, he's brought 19 Urbans and 1 archer. So it explains why it felt like for ages trying to kill these guys, because there's just so many of them. And then lastly but not least, we've got INDI. INDI's gone for your standard 6 Praetorian Cav and 14 Urbans. So if we have a look at the layouts of the battle, we've pretty much got the archer advantage, that's for sure. And I'd say we've got probably the Cav advantage as well. But they certainly have got the infantry advantage. Although I've got Spartans and we've got Urbans, these are silver shield pikemen. They're really not going to be any use against these Urbans. They might be able to stall them and prevent them from running through, but that's really all they can do. Where we're going to get our kills, it's going to be my Spartans and these infantry units. So if we lose our Spartans and we lose, say, a lot of Beast's infantry, it's going to be really tough to try and pull this one back. So we start off, I'm going to rush forward. Beast is going to support me. Now at this stage we weren't entirely sure if this was SR, but after a few moments it came apparent that it actually was SR, because he's come around the flank with his cataphracts and he's got his archers behind him. So what he's going to do is going to get into range and start shooting the back of INDI, which is a good move that he always does. In the meantime, I'm running my infantry across. I want to try and get to the flank so I can try and wrap up the flank and defeat this army here, because this army's got less infantry. I should hopefully be able to actually take them out. So I'm going to run my guys across, and as you can see, as I'm running them across, unfortunately I'm getting a bit of peeler damage. But I have got my shield on this side, so it won't be that devastating, touch wood. So there we go, I'm running them across. I want to try and get them slapped right in front of Odin's infantry. I'm going to run forward, drop down my pikes. Whilst this is going, all of this infantry here, they're throwing their peeler into Beast, but Beast has got a peeler screen. If you have a look at Thor, he didn't have a peeler screen because his armour is pretty much built to take on my Spartans, and that's the reason why I've gone for this army here. Now if you have a look, they're chucking all of their peeler. You can see they're just chucking loads and loads and loads into my guys. I still have the majority of my Spartans there, although some of the units have been severely dwindled. I'm pushing this urbans forward, so I'm pushing the Spartan forward, so hopefully these guys, their morale is going to drop because their flank is going to be exposed. Now if we have a look over here, what's happened, Odin sent in his cav, and then sent in a couple of urbans, which is a good move. He's going to try and push back Beast's guys, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my archers and turn them around and just shoot everything I've got into these cav units to try and take out this cav, because if we can do that, we should be able to win this cav battle. So in comes infantry of Beast. Beast's cavs there. I'm going to do a counter charge. I'm going to try and surround these guys here. A couple of Beast's cav has routed, but now got the archer fire. We've now got the cataphracts. Got a couple of urbans coming in, so we should be able to mop them up. Meanwhile on this side, I've peeled off one of my urbans here. I'm going to go around the flank. I'm going to try and go into the side here and try and squash these urbans. Beast is now going to push forward his infantry. What he should do is try and take out these infantry units here, which have managed to get around the back of my Spartans. Thor's going to see that, now he's going to move in his infantry. But he hasn't got his guys into any loose formation, so he's going to take a lot of damage against Beast's peeler. I'm now going to swing my archers around the side here, and once I've got my archers around the side, I'm going to actually throw all of my firepower right into these urbans and try and cause them to rout. Beast is trying to free up the Spartan unit that's been surrounded, and he's going to try and pull his cav back out at any time. Meanwhile, SR looks like he's doing all of his micromanagements with these cataphracts. He's not doing anything with these units here, as you can see, and because of that, INDI's chucking all of his infantry, all of his peeler into these guys, but he's chucking all his peeler into these loose formation troops. What you should really do is push them forward and try and aim for the tighter formation units, or aim for Beast's guys. Let's go back over here now. So over here, in comes JuiceMan, or aka SR, is probably going to try and jump straight into these clump of guys. Now I've seen this, I've tried to lift up a couple of my pikes. I've lifted them up here, but I haven't lifted up these pikes here because I didn't know what was going on. But because he's charged his cataphracts through my Spartans, he's going to actually get a lot of damage on his own cataphracts. And if we have a look at here, SR's pikes haven't gone down, so therefore INDI's been able to attack these guys really well. But I think SR's going to see this any moment now, and now he's going to put down his pikes. So let's go back over to this side here. So we've got those cataphracts, they're now being engaged. They're trying to attack these urbans, they're trying to attack these Praetorian cav, but a few of these units are starting to rout. What's going to happen now, they will get surrounded, and because they get surrounded, they will start to rout. Again, in comes SR's cav. I believe I've lifted up my pikes now, so that these cataphracts can do their damage. I'm now going to aggressively try and push forward with all of my Spartans, and then drop their pikes when I can. Wait for my pikes to go down. Our pikes starting to go down now. What has happened is SR's cav has now been totally surrounded. These guys are going to rout, although I have got my archers around the flank here, just pouring arrow fire right into the clump of these urbans, and just frantically trying to get them to mass rout. And really, you can go anywhere at this stage. We've got a slight surround of these urbans, but these urbans have got overwhelming numbers. Looks like these cataphracts, yep, SR's general is now routed.
The general is slain, and now his men fear us. It is time to press the attack.
These guys are gone now.
Our allies have lost their leader.
Yep, cataphracts now all routed. I've got my archers there. I'm trying to frantically kill as many of these urbans as I possibly can, as you can see. I've got my guys here and some guys here, but there's just so many of these Praetorian, so many of these urban cohorts. There must be about 14 or 15 or 16 or maybe even 20 urbans there. Now in comes INDI with a cav strike here. He's managed to rout a couple of these beasts urbans. and it's just particularly my guys that are left there. A couple of Beasts guys are there. And you can see INDI's going to get his cav around the back here. He's going to try and attack some of Beast's cav over here. He's going to swing his infantry around and try and wrap up and surround my guys. If you look over here, we can see they're getting their cav ready to do a strike. INDI's got loads and loads of infantry here. What you should really do is forget about these guys here and try and take out my guys as quick as possible. In comes a cav charge. My general has now died. Because he's now died, that's going to lower the morale for all of my Spartans. And you can see INDI's chucking in more of his urbans here, try and finish off all of Beast's guys. My Spartans are still hanging in there just about, but a few of them now starting to rout. What's going to happen now? You can see INDI's going to throw in more of his guys. Cav units come around the back. It's probably going to do a little strike into my archers. We'll try and go into the back of these guys here. In comes INDI with his cav. As you can see, he's charging into the back. Slaps straight back into the back of my guys. More infantry's coming into the side here. I've got my archers around the side here. I'm trying to shoot as many of these guys as I possibly can. There we go. And eventually my Spartans have now gone. So let's just pause this for 2 moments. So my Spartans are all gone. I've lost all of my infantry. So we've lost a good chunk of the fighting capability of our army. Beast has lost his general. So Beast's army is pretty much all gone. My army's gone. All I've got now is the archers. And the only thing got left the infantry. Beast has got a handful of urbans. And then SR's got a bunch of pikemen. But one good thing is I've got my archers around the back. So although they've got the upper advantage, I'm going to try and get as many kills as I possibly can with these Cretans and try and shoot the backs of these urbans whenever I can. They have got a couple of cav units at the back here, which they're going to use to try and chase down my archers. But it's all really going to be down to Beast and SR. I'm pretty much out of the game apart from my archers, which you can see just dotted around the back there. These guys are going to get back into a formation and get ready to do a further advance upon SR and Beast. So we're going to speed this up for a couple of moments. Just while these guys get into a formation. So SR's guys are shooting these guys here with their archers. They're trying to get as many kills as they possibly can. As you can see, they've got a shed load of urbans here. There must be a good 20 units of urbans left against these guys, and these guys are depleted and have only got a few guys left. What we're going to try and do is tire them out by keeping reversing backwards, and every time we're reversing backwards, whenever we can, I'm going to try and get my archers get back into range and to shoot the backs of these urbans. So as you can see, INDI's charging forward. His guys are winded, these guys are warmed up, tired, winded, so they're pretty much exactly the same. But they are getting a bit clustered at this stage, and you can see the army is getting separated. My archers are still being chased around by these cav units here. I'm trying to pull these archers away and trying to get them back into range just to shoot the backs of these urbans, as you can see. So here we go, these guys are now free. These guys are going to be shooting these units here. These pikemen around the back here, they're not really going to do too much damage. And these archers, they're trying to shoot the backs of these urbans here. We're all using flame attacks, all trying to lower their morale. That's the one thing that we can try and do. If we can lower their morale, we should be able to at least give them a decent fight rather than mass routed. Beast is now going to try and free up my archers, so he sent his remaining cav around the back here to try and take out INDI's cav here. Once they've been taken out, I should be able to use my archers to try and help out and use them to shoot the backs of these urbans. So at this stage, I think the opposition, they're going to get into a nice little testudo to try and lower the or limit the amount of damage that we're doing with our archers. Again, get my archers here just to try and push back as many of these units as I can, getting them into alt attack to try and attack these guys here. Beast is sending in his cav again to support my archers. Now all of these guys have eventually gone into testudo. so we can't really do too much damage with our archers, but what we can do is get the archers back into range. So I'm going to throw them forward, try and get them roughly to where my mouse is at the moment. Then once they got them into range, once they do come out to studio, I should be able to shoot them. So these guys are getting close. They're almost getting a bit too close, as you'll see. They will start to rout, and there you go. These guys have all of a sudden routed for no particular reason. They just got too close to these urbans. These guys are now back in range. These guys are back in range. And it looks like INDI's just got one cav unit left. That's now eventually routed. So we've got the archer supremacy, but they've got well and truly the infantry supremacy. But we've got loads and loads of archers. So it's almost turned into a bit of a CWB game in that we've got the archer supremacy and a couple of infantry units, but they've got the majority of infantry there. So we're going to try and use these archers to the best of our ability to try and lower the morale to these units here. And these units are going to keep on trying to push forward to catch up with these guys. I think what they should really do is focus on trying to chase down these archers, because my archers are exhausted and tired. If they even get near these archers, my archers will rout. Once they've routed, then it's just going to be literally a 1 versus 1 in the infantry battle, and then Odin, Thor and INDI should be able to win that one. So here we go, they're running them around, they're trying to catch up with these guys here. As they're running them, I'm trying to use my infantry, my archers here, just to do as much damage as I possibly can. Thor's peeled off one of his infantry units to try and push back my guys, but he hasn't really peeled off enough, because what's going to happen now is Beast should be able to use his cav just to finish them off. Whilst this is going on, I'm still shooting the backs of these guys here. Bear in mind, I've only got 30 rounds of ammunition, so these guys are going to be coming, I'd say they're going to be towards the very end of their quiver. Now here they go, in goes the infantry. They're going to try and attack these pike units. Because I've got my archers shooting the backs of these guys are going to be panicked by fire attack, and because of that, Beast is able to surround them, their infantry, going to come into their cav and cause a mass rout there. So it looks like all of the Brutii forces eventually gone. Although they did have the infantry edge, we managed to use our archers as well as the handful of urbans to finish them off. We can now use all of our archers to shoot the backs of back of INDI. Although INDI should be able to rout a couple of these Seleucid units, we've now got the archers shooting the backs of these guys. Beast's urbans are now going to come in to attack. You can see they're coming around the flank here. All of them archers are just really pelting these guys to death with the flame attack. That's going to lower their morale. They're going to master out any time now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and yeah, here we go. All done, all routed. So that was an incredibly tight game, an incredibly good game. You know, TNG, Odin, Thor, INDI played really well. They could have won that, to be honest, but luckily we managed to have a few archers left at the battle and eventually managed to actually dwindle them down and take out TNG. But they played exceptionally well. It was an incredibly tight game. As you can see, it was only an average victory. All of our kills, I think, let's have a look at my kills, what I've done. My Spartans got in a decent amount of kills. Some Spartans got absolutely slaughtered. Some Spartans only got about 24 and 30 kills. A couple of my archers did really well, getting towards the 100 mark on kills. But it looks like the majority of my kills came from a handful of Spartans and a handful of Cretans. So, yeah guys, I hope you really enjoyed that game. It was incredibly tight. I really enjoyed that. I thought I'd put that up there because it could have gone either way at the end of the day. So yeah, let me know what you think of that. If you are Odin, Thor or INDI, please leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the battle. Let me know how you thought the gameplay went. I think Beast did exceptionally well with his cav there. Managed to micromanage them and managed to take out as many of those stranded units. And JuiceMan managed to hold the line there, played well with his cataphracts. Unfortunately, a lot of them died too early when it came to getting snagged up on my pikes, which is primarily probably my fault. I should have lifted my pikes up so that his cataphracts didn't get slaughtered. So yeah, I'll finish the recording here. Thanks so much for checking out the channel. Thanks so much for checking out the video. Please leave a comment, please subscribe, please like. and I'll catch you guys soon for the next battle replay. Cheers, bye now.